Welcome back, everyone. Listening and watching on Boyertown Athletics Network on YouTube and the NFHS Network. We are here in the Bear Gym on the campus of Boyertown Area Senior High School. Tonight, your Boyertown Bears host the Vikings of Perk Valley. John, good job by you to get out that theme music tonight, because it's a big night.
Huge.
It's a huge night. We have a potential 1,000-point score on Perk Valley, and we have a very up-and-coming Boyertown boys basketball team looking to make a splash in the pack after a very, very good run early out-of-conference play to start the season. And, John, the Faces for Radio is expanding to the Young Bucks. We have a full house here in the booth tonight with none other than Boyertown's own Jerry Capp. Welcome back, Jer.
Appreciate you having me again.
And straight out of North Carolina, Boyertown's own Jimmy Towers.
How you doing?
I just want to make this known that not even like Bill Walton and those guys do a four-man broadcast for an NBA game. And we're here with
special.
4 people in the booth for a random Tuesday night pack matchup.
Well, it just goes to show the kind of matchup that we have here, John. And we do have a fifth in the booth. Shout out to my daughter Kate, who's also here. Graduated on Sunday. Congratulations to Kate. So we got quite a matchup tonight. It's always fun when the pack action comes to the Boyertown gym. And again, we were going over the starting lineups. Julian Sadler, we said his name about 4,000 times last time we played. 9 points from 1,000. I would imagine he's the one we need to stop.
Yeah, and every year it's kind of funny. We just hear these names over and over again. We're going to be happy not having to say his anymore, but yes, I remember him being the engine that makes this team run. Perk Valley always good at setting the tempo and keeping their tempo, so trying to keep him off the ball is probably the Bears' best option tonight.
And I just flipped back in my handy-dandy Avengers notebook, which will be retired in 4 games. He put up 13 the last time they were here last year in the Bear Gym. We got about 1 minute and 15 seconds to go before tip. We will be back with the starting lineups, the national anthem, and the tip here in Boyertown Gym. John, did you turn us on?
Yeah, Jerry turned us on.
Are you? Oh, okay, so we have to trust someone else other than you to make sure the microphones are on,
This
right?
is the first broadcast where I have not touched that. It's a little like it's like coaching, Jim. It's like
Okay.
coaching Jerry when he came here as a freshman. I didn't want to give him the reins of anything at first, and then you start to release that responsibility to them. So I'm happy Jerry's learning.
Well, I hope he can do it better than you did when no one got to listen to anything for the
Okay.
entire half of the game.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's a good thing. So here we go. We have quite a few people. We're again filling up even more. And this is what I love about the holiday season, John, is we get everybody to come here.
I know.
We're now joined by Jake Cap, the another one of the wonderful
What's up?
Cap family that has graced us here at Boyertown High School. So listen, we got a lot of people here. I figured, John, you and I can do our usual play-by-play with your annotating. We got Jerry here, who ran probably most of these offenses, give us some insight. And Jimmy's here with his little bit of background from some of the players, specifically Braden Johnson, making that connection from the soccer field onto the basketball court.
And being kicked out of 2 PV games in my life.
Oh, congrats.
None of which individually, all by the whole student section when they got kicked out. I've watched Jerry Cap, obviously, play PV many, many times.
So PV gets the tip, and here's Sadler here. We're going to be more than likely stopping the action to an award, 1,000-point scorer. His first 3 is no good. Defensive rebound early from the sophomore Cooper Rath. And, John, we said it a lot in games, but defensive rebounds for Boyertown, I'm predicting, is going to be a big part of tonight.
Yeah, sure. And you look at the size right there as Trey Kern goes in for a layup. You're looking at the size, and the Bears have had more in years past, but you got to make do with what you have, and playing that 2-3 zone should help a little bit.
That goes out of bounds. That's going to go Boyertown's way. Perk Valley here bringing back 2 starters from last year, Julian Sadler and Kyle Shawalchuk.
With Sadler approaching 1,000, and the more we keep mentioning, and I'm sorry, Perk Valley fans listening, but we are the Boyertown home broadcast. We're just gonna keep mentioning it to see if we can prevent it from happening tonight. But it's gonna happen eventually for the young man. He's a great player. Jerry, as a 1,000-point scorer, you knew it was gonna happen at some point going into a certain game. Is it tough to play in that kind of situation?
You don't want to force it, but it's definitely in the back of your head. And in my case, it was junior year at Owen J. Roberts, and one sec, Mr. Palladino's calling me. Yes, Mr. Palladino. Change the source to huddle camera.
Oh, jeez.
Well, John, this is
All right.
this is what happens when we don't have three-pointer from Braden Johnson. That's no good. This is what happens when we don't have Hannah Ulrich up here to produce for us.
That's true.
The wheels fall off.
Yeah, but approaching 1,000, I was 13 away from at O&J. Looks like Brandon's a little shaken up. And I actually was a historically bad free throw shooter. I think I was around 60% in my career, which is crazy to think about. If I could take free throws from the three-point line, I think it would have been better.
Yeah,
Great backdoor cut there from
Very nice.
Boyertown, 4-0 Bears.
But that was probably the most nerve-wracking free throw of my life. We were down at the time, so it was kind of hard to fully enjoy it, and then we ended up losing that game, which definitely put a damper on things. But it's definitely in the back of his head. He's probably going to take some unwarranted shots trying to get to the basket.
And with
Yeah.
that, Jerry, he
That's
hits
a warranted
nothing
one.
but net
Yeah.
cords.
That is a warranted one.
He's a third of the way there. Julian Sadler with the first 3 of the game. First points for Perk Valley. They're down 1 early, 4-3 to Boyertown. Looks like Perk Valley early man-to-man set. Boyertown's going to try to do a lot of cutting underneath. And a backdoor there to Rath. Beautiful control of the ball. And they're what?
Wow. I
Highly
thought
disagree.
he took 2 steps, but wow.
Coach's challenge?
Wow.
I see a great play. I go down to give him points, and I look up, and I hear all you guys moaning.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, once again, we are the home broadcast for Boyertown.
Isn't that one of the ones where the ref sees a nice play and you just kind of reward the players and say, it's fine.
Hey, if Patrick Mahomes here, you would know it.
Boyertown in their extended 2-3 zone, something that we've been very accustomed to seeing here for the Bears.
I mean, this zone is kind of designed the way they play it. It's designed to take away threes. However, if Sadler keeps chucking from 5 feet behind the line, you can't really do anything about that.
There's a nice drive by Jacob Harkin. Tries to get it underneath the basket to Taggart, unsuccessful. And it looks like Perk Valley will have it under the basket. And John, for the first time tonight, screen the screener. No, we go right inside to Sadler.
You know, this is my second game for the boys, and we've given up that play 5 times.
I mean, how many times as a coach, you know, you just cannot give up those points. You try to say to yourself, if we can get about 4 to 6 points off inbounds plays in a game, we're good. But you don't want to give up any, especially easy ones like that.
I mean, that's something they have to be seeing on film. I mean, that's
Inside
a great play.
again.
Great play.
Well, this is
2 more for
interesting.
Kern.
All Boyertown's doing is running a simple flex set, and they've gotten a couple of buckets on flex cuts and backdoor cuts. And I mean, Mike Poisden is a seasoned coach over there. He and I coach JV against each other. I do have a win against Mike Poisden in my JV career, which I'm sure haunts him to this day. He wouldn't even know me if I walked in the room. But you know, they are so well coached, and they control tempo, like we said, and they're solid defensively. So it's kind of interesting to see them get beat on these cuts.
Sadler with a rebound. Perk Valley's going to run the other way. They got a 3-on-1. Nice little drop pass there inside to Harkin. Finally, another Viking score. 7-6. 1-point lead for Perk Valley. Johnson left all alone for 3. Nails it. We're going to go to our resident expert on Braden Johnson, Jimmy Towers. We talk a lot about Braden's aggressiveness and type of style, the reaction he had on that early 3, and here he goes on the break.
Little jelly?
Hi, that's no good.
Almost had a little jelly on that one.
There's the BJI now. No, he shows really good work ethic, and had a really good shot there. Plus, and then he works on the other side playing defense. Yeah, he can, but you can't defend that. So
1 more point.
1 more point early for Julian Sadler.
BJ's all emotion.
If you're PV's coach and he gets the 1,000th point, are you calling timeout?
Yes.
100%.
You have to.
They said to stop the game and announce it
Did they
at
stop
a
the game?
natural
Did they
stop.
stop the game for you, Jer?
Yeah, I got presented a ball.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The only
At a
time my dad ever came
at a natural stop, or did they stop it
as
after?
soon as I
It was a free throw. That's right.
the second free throw.
Oh, it was a free throw.
So it was easier to stop.
Yeah, I got presented a ball. First time my dad ever came out of the stands.
That's right. Yep.
Couldn't wait to get back in the stands. Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. O&J student section, ruthless. They were pulling up old Facebook photos of me when I was at the free throw line. I mean, talk about the most nerve-wracking situation.
Well, that's the one thing I love about. There it is.
There it is. And they are going to stop the game. Good for them. We'll take a break here and let Mr. Kaleda do his business. Great show of affection for this young man, Julian Sadler. Quite the accomplishment.
And wasted no time getting it. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first quarter. He's having a quarter.
Yeah, if you're Boyertown, you got to look at the scoreboard. He has 10 points of their 12. So I think he's the key to this game.
Getting some congratulations from the Stripes. And we'll get back at it. 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
That's better than the ref patting Christian McCaffrey on the head after the play getting the flag.
Perk Valley back in there man-to-man. So much for our jinx work, John.
Yeah, that didn't work. When you're a good player like him, a great player, you rise above the jinxes. You know.
Jack Greaves in the game now for Boyertown. He's going to try to go backdoor. Here come those high screens for the Bears. There's the open. There's the look. It's what they need to do. Trey Kern, they're going to go. They called that a tip.
Ooh.
But we're getting a jump ball on the other side.
Wait a minute. No, come on. The near side referee had a tip. He was all over it. Referee came another side, and we are not going to. Well, Coach Miller must not have saw the original sign there. I'd have been arguing a little bit, but.
And your team still gets possession. That one too many times to the well. Taggart that time gets the steal. Up and in for Shawalchuk. Shawaluk.
Too forced.
I'm going to butcher that name all night long.
Looks like Perk Valley just wants to get up and run. I mean, that's how they've always been, live off steals, fast break points. And Boyertown's the complete opposite this year. They're trying to set everything up, and it's a battle of two teams tonight, two different play styles.
Inside. Ooh. Good low block work from Trey Kern. He's got 6. Boyertown down 3. 1 minute to go.
That is the sign of a solid block specialist down there because he wasn't even on the block there. He made that move. He was pushed out a couple of steps, but to have that touch and to have that range from right there, good shot by Trey Kern.
Inside, there's some loose hands. They're going to get a foul, and they're going to be sending Joshua Taggart to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the line for anyone here tonight. Speaking of Perk Valley, where has, not Jaworski. Who am I thinking of?
Yeah, Jaworski played for them.
Jaworski.
Yeah, Jaworski.
He's in Europe now, is he not?
Is he really?
No, yeah, last I saw he was in Europe.
I believe that might have been, I'd have to check. That might have been PV's last pack title with him. I'm not sure, but they had a marvelous run.
Well, do you remember
It's the same
the
team
controversy?
We're calling a
well, I thought they won it the year after. Wasn't that the year where what happened? He made a 3 or something, and the fans stormed the court.
Yeah, they hung the banner.
Yep. Yeah,
they hung the banner. It was the
crazy
UCF National
video.
Championship.
Did they really?
They hung the banner. It's still hanging. I actually played AAU with the kid who stormed the court. I'm not gonna name drop. But yeah, he didn't feel too good about that one.
No, I know.
He did not.
Yeah, I remember that video. That was absurd.
I believe they did win one outright then, but I do remember watching that and saying, "Wow, to end a season like that is just heartbreaking."
25 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Perk Valley with a 4-point lead. They're going to try to add to it. There's some of those key moments in the game when you're only down 4. There's an offensive rebound from Perk Valley. Boyertown gave up possession on, and here's a quick jump shot from the top of the key. No good. Great rebound there from Greaves. Put it up, BJ.
Yep.
Oh, just off the front of the rim, Braden Johnson. Not a bad first quarter of basketball. Perk Valley will have possession to start the second quarter. They are up 4, and it has been the Julian Sadler show.
It has been, and I think Jerry brings up a pretty good point that this Bears team has seemed very content this year to just walk the ball up the floor, to get set. And you see when they get set in that flex set right there, they had some really good looks off of back screens, off of back door cuts. But PV seems to, like we said, they know the tempo they want to play at, and Coach Poisden is always very good at getting his team to, execute that. They seem like they want to get out a little bit and run, and why not when you have Julian Sadler running the show? So it's going to be an issue for Boyertown to try to slow things down and get it to where they want it to be the rest of the game.
On top of that, if I'm Coach Miller, I'm telling them transition defense is going to be huge if they want to do that. I mean, I've counted 2 3-on-1 opportunities, and they have 4 points off of. You even get one guy back there, make it a 3-on-2, your odds increase of getting a stop. I mean, 3-on-1's dang near impossible to get a stop. So if we just limit those, get back on defense as fast as possible, I mean, you take away those 4 points, this game's tied. So something to look at.
Take away those 4 points, actually play defense against Sadler. We're talking about a different second quarter.
11-1.
I will say that Coach Miller now, this is his 3rd, 4th year here at the helm, and every year there's that base offense, and he was always somebody who I looked to when we coached together as somebody who had little wrinkles for the offense. If we were struggling, it was Coach Miller who was the assistant to say, all right, listen, I'm going to watch a lot of film, I'm going to analyze stuff, I'm going to add something in, we're going to try this. And it seems like every year there's a little wrinkle to this team and to an offensive set or to their motion offense or their flex offense. So, I'm very confident that throughout this game maybe, and certainly this year, that Coach Miller is going to figure out, what sets are going to be best for this team. And we're seeing this play now they've run for years, and look at this little addition to it as Kern gets in there and he'll go to the line. He will not. Another call right there. But Coach Miller's specialty is offense here. We're going to hopefully see some points go up here for Boyertown soon.
There's BJ's
It is.
active
Oh,
hands.
that's clear path.
Come on now.
It's gotta be. Where's the advantage?
Are we calling the
I mean, it's very intentional. Here.
Wow.
Going back.
And you see Coach Miller's reaction. He's
That's unreal.
yeah. Come on now.
Is BJ calling for a replay?
Yeah.
He's calling for the
Coach's challenge.
VAR check.
Coach's challenge.
Yeah.
But that's what you're going to get from Braden Johnson up top, those active hands in that zone. And then he's going to have a night ahead of him with Sadler guarding him offensively, but he certainly can handle it with the ball handling.
Numbers. Good pass.
Great pass to the corner. That's going to be long.
Good ball.
Great position.
Yeah,
Oh.
Trey Kern able to come weak side, get position, get the rebound, and he's going to go to the line for the first time to the Bears to try to cut this lead to 1.
That's just effort, right? Isn't it? I mean, that's just wanting it a little bit more. Good job getting in there and kind of snaking his way in there to find that rebound.
They deserved that after that intentional foul.
Yeah.
Too.
Kern's long on that foul shot. Down 2 now, a minute into the second quarter. Skip pass over to Harkin. Thought he would chuck that. Decides to take a 15-foot foul line jump shot. No good. Offensive rebound. That's going to stick to Perk Valley. Maybe I should start. I feel like a prognosticator over here talking about the fact that defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds, depending on what you look at, it's going to be a big part of this game. So here's a chance. There's 2 more there.
Oh. More points on those inbound plays there.
Second chance points, inbounds plays for Perk Valley. Their lead's back to 4.
And really on an inbounds play, your 2-3 zone should eliminate anything in that key area right there. I mean, Coach Miller might just have to drop those 2 guards down and just take everything away in the key and just let the shooters open outside.
Yeah, let him throw it out top, set some up. I mean, it's a win.
Oh, there's some heavy. Yep, there's a call.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, Jacob Harkin's really doing a number there on Trey Kern inside. They're going to get that call, and Boyertown's going to have it under the basket.
It's 3 quick fouls less than 2 minutes into this quarter. Keep trying to draw him, get some free throws, some free points.
Nice look inside to Trey Kern. 2 more for Kern. It's the Trey Kern, Julian Sadler show here in Boyertown tonight.
Coach Miller and Coach Poisden should put a DVD together of inbounds plays under the basket, because obviously 2 geniuses at work here.
I will say, as a spectator back in the high school days, PV was my favorite matchup between Boyertown, watching basketball. It was always physical. It was always fun, chirping the other student section. That's what I miss, too, is PV student section would come here. Our student section would be insane, and just going back and forth with them while, Jerry's raining threes. It's the best. And then getting kicked out by Mr. Palladino.
5:48 to go here in the second quarter. Boyertown has an opportunity to tie this or go up by 1 with a 3 or a 3-point play. Braden Johnson gets a 5
There we
count.
go.
Good look. That's going to be a little bit short.
great
There's
hustle.
an offensive rebound and more hustle from Kern.
Right
Greaves
there.
has wrapped wide open under the basket.
That's good fundamental ball right there.
Working on the fundamentals.
Who is the big fundamental? It's a great nickname. Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, the big fundamental.
Good little stretch there for Boyertown.
Great stretch from Boyertown. They were down 4, and they're able to tie it here, 17 all, 5:20 to go. No team fouls for Boyertown, 3 for Perk Valley. The new rule could play effect here in the second quarter, which could help Boyertown sustain this lead. And we'll see what we can do with that.
Jerry, how great was it when you just shut down any type of away student section?
It's one of the best feelings that I've ever felt.
Absolutely.
Especially ones that, like, they're chirping a lot.
Well, against against
Springford was
PV,
fun.
Springford's fun.
I remember junior year I scored 39 against Springford. Felt like Steph Curry out there, man. Right in
I
front
don't know.
of the student section.
Jerry, I recently had another Gazzo's cheesesteak, and that was probably the greatest thing I've ever done in my life is have that. So
One of the top.
That's all the rage now.
yeah, you can take your basketball memories. I'm gonna go get a cheesesteak.
This is a paid sponsorship by Gazzo's
Did you
Cheesesteaks.
get the Gazzos
Honestly,
yet?
I haven't even been down that way.
I haven't either.
No?
As much
It's like me and Jimmy got a field trip
I
tomorrow.
was feeling good the one day. They went together.
I think Jimmy and Jerry have a homework assignment to do tomorrow
Well,
afternoon.
if we do another pregame, I say we get Gazzo's
Yeah, on-air review.
on-air review.
You do
I'm
not.
telling you, that's for the podcast. That's
You do not want me eating Gazzos live on air.
I'm not talking about you.
It's going to be
I
a
will
rated
be
R
a
broadcast.
Good D.
Great D from Boyertown here to start
Fall
this
back,
inbounds.
fall back.
We'll see if we can get another
Rebound.
offensive rebound. That's going to
jump
go.
ball.
Jump ball. And that's going to be Boyertown's
Well
possession.
done.
Great pressure defense by the Bears coming out of here. You know that it's kind of like the difference between when you have a Gazzo's cheesesteak, you get like these other cheesesteaks that are just, like the ones you get from
Subway.
anywhere. Yeah, something like that. You know, it's like the
Eyes.
difference. Oh, good eyes.
I think BJ was talking to the students section.
Was
There
he
was
really?
no one else over there.
Was he really?
But it's kind of like when you get like the difference between like just the bad
Nice.
some kind of bad lard and really good like it's like it's made in that beef tallow, that really good stuff to like the John knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking
John
about.
knows what I'm talking about.
These young buck health nuts over here do not know what we're talking about.
No.
So,
What's the make time? What are you looking at? Order to serving.
20. You're looking at probably 20, 25
It
minutes.
depends how busy they are.
Do they have call ahead?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Another one. That's the third walk
Wow,
called against
that's
Boyertown
tough.
tonight.
Another thing I like about these games is the more it gets physical and the more it gets a little chippy too. Everyone plays with more intensity, and it just brings out a lot of great players too.
And I think intensity is one thing that we're seeing from Boyertown offensively here, or defensively, but able to a little bit too much over.
If you're going to bring the trap, you really have to rotate, especially to the guy right under the basket. You'll give up the skip pass and close out, but
Perk Valley quickly up again to a 4-point lead. And again, Boyertown doing their best to slow it down a bit. Nice drive here from Thompson. That'll stay here for Boyertown. They'll get an opportunity to get a play under the basket. Looks like we're going to go line. And there's Kern.
Rebound. Oh,
that's us.
That's
Oh!
no.
You got to call him off there, ref.
3:50 to go. 4-point lead for the Vikings. Inside-out game being played here. Nice defense.
Oh, you got to save it.
Jack Greaves with a block. It's going to stay here. Perk Valley will try line.
Watch number 20.
Right to him.
nice.
Johnson.
Oh, now we got a 3-on-1.
He's going to take it. Nice little spin move from Brayton Johnson high off the front.
How is
Another
he gonna
walk.
there?
I think that's 5 walks now against Boyertown. Maybe a little bit too excited in some of those moments getting down there.
Absolutely.
You just get ahead of yourself. It is amazing how many coaches Perk Valley has. 7, I'm counting.
They all play a role. Just like the roles in the booth here tonight.
Long three-pointer, that's no good. We're going to get called
foul
on
on PV.
offensive foul underneath the basket.
I don't see him there, but there is a former Boyertown player on staff, Willie Shanley, but I don't see him down there. I do see Erin Ham, who when we coached the girls, she was part of a very, very good PV squad who went pretty far in the districts.
Braden Johnson over here doing his best to explain to the referee why he was not walking on
not
that
surprised
last play.
about that.
Brant Rath going to the line to shoot 2.
I was just going to say, I thought that was their 5th for PV. So it's going to make it definitely point of purpose for Boyertown to try to draw some more fouls, get the line, get some free points.
3:13 to go here in the second quarter. Boyertown makes 1 of 2. Kick it out. Nice little corner jump shot there. Shawalik with 2 more. Perk Valley still in there man-to-man. We're going to get 2 more on the hole. Definitely something Boyertown's going to have to capitalize on if they're going to cut into this 5-point lead now with 2:45. Jack Reeves going to the line to shoot 2. As a team, they are 1 for 3 so far in this game. That percentage will definitely have to go up, especially now, key point of the game, and Greaves able to convert that first one.
One Wrath out, another Wrath in.
Cooper back in the game for Boyertown. Greaves makes them both.
Much needed.
3-point lead for Perk Valley. John, we're starting to get that Pioneer Athletic Conference feel to this one, and it's early.
PV has never been shy from just like slugging it out with you. You know, like making things ugly if they need to. Defensive battles, tough shots. They've never been afraid to do that. However, if they keep making 3-pointers like that, the Bears have one more thing to worry about, and that's not good.
Great skip pass there from the Vikings. Wallach able to hit that 3. Boyertown not able to rotate over. Sure, the Perk Valley fans are not going to be happy with the 5 fouls for Perk Valley and none for Boyertown as Braden Johnson misses his 3-pointer. Kick it back out. Wide open 3. No good, but there's an offensive rebound. We're going to call a foul on the floor. That's going to go the other way.
Go to the line.
Should be, right?
Why he was going
They'll be shooting
he
2.
was used to going an inbound.
Looks like Sadler's checking back in.
How many does he have?
Well, they've held him scoreless this quarter.
Well, he got his 1,000th.
Ryan Thompson turned at the line for Boyertown.
And with 2 minutes left here, if you're Boyertown, you're down by 6 now. You got to keep this within a 3-4 point game going into halftime. This is not a team that's built this year to be pressing. They haven't done it much yet. We've seen. So if they get into this run and gun shootout, you would think that would benefit PV. So really important for Boyertown here to get a stop, a bucket, maybe another stop and a bucket, but it's got to stay close going in, and making foul shots is going to be key for them. Got to make at least 1.
Well, they've also shown from last Friday, they've shown that they can score 25.
Well, and
in the quarter as well.
That's true. We didn't watch that game, but they did come back in that O&J game. Big win for them to start the year off. So, you're not exactly sure what O&J did during that quarter to allow them to score 25. But right now, I just feel like PV's probably not going to allow the same thing to happen. They got to keep this thing close.
Boyertown now in their 3-2 zone. Inside to Sadler. No good. Offensive rebound, kick out. Here's going to be Sadler again for 3 this time. That's no good. Another offensive rebound. This is going to get called on the floor.
Joshua Taggart just having his way down there. This is and boxing out is as much desire and effort as it is anything else, and it's kind of counterintuitive here. But big guy like that, you don't want to go high on him. Go low, get lower. Try to move his knees, move his legs out of there, because that is how you're going to move that big guy out of that key.
Counterintuitive. That's a great word.
Counterintuitive.
Sadler on the drive. That's no good. He got fouled on the floor. So Boyertown quickly trying to rack up those fouls. I mentioned it earlier. They had no team fouls in the second quarter. Quickly up to their third. And John, the girls played Why I'm Missing last week.
Mm-hmm.
And as Sadler puts up a 3, nails it. Huge shot.
That was nice.
For Perk Valley.
Right in the J Cap spot.
He knows nothing about that spot.
That's Sadler's third three-pointer of the game. And I hate to say it, but that was on the heels of a couple offensive rebounds that Perk Valley had to keep that possession alive down here. And to say that they capitalized on that is a huge understatement.
So Boyertown is going to obviously, at halftime, they're going to have to talk about this sort of stuff. But foul line opportunities have got to be converted. And how many times have we seen a good drive or a good possession ended by, a chippy walk call where maybe if we didn't try and do too much, we just kind of reversed the ball and got back into the offense, we would be able to get, a better shot. So just little things. It's not like Boyertown has played. I mean, I don't think they've played 9 points worse than PV right now. It's just PV has made a couple of shots. Boyertown has had a couple of times when they've just lost the ball to turnovers when they really couldn't afford it.
Trey Kearns had a lot of success getting to the basket, and I think that's something that he needs to keep building on. I mean, he's a force down there, and he can bang with the big guys down low and just put it up high off the glass. He's got a nice touch. I mean, that's something that I think if you want a high percentage shot, that's something you have to look into. And save the threes from the volleyball line for a little later.
No pressure from Perk Valley as they're going to pick up in the half court. Minute to go.
Oh, good cut.
There's another cut. Boyertown has gotten a lot of points from those backdoor baseline cuts.
Yes,
Brent
BJ.
Ratham, there's
Good
Braden
read.
Johnson.
There it is.
Able to
Great
convert.
read. He spun around and he caught him.
Defensive intensity picked up here for Boyertown. See if they can cut a little bit more into the 7-point lead. Figure Perk Valley's going to be very patient here.
Oh, 50 seconds left on the clock? Yeah, we're rolling for one.
Here comes the pressure. There comes the count. Oh, inside. Great look. Patrick McDonald had position down underneath, and he's going to be able to go to the line to shoot 2.
When that ball goes to the middle, the wing's job is to immediately take away that block, and it's a tough rotation there. It's just a half-second late.
Perk Valley 50% from the line. Make that 67% from the line. 8-point lead for the Vikings. One more for McDonald. That's short.
Oh, man.
And there's another offensive rebound.
Yeah, they're definitely going to hold it to the...
6 seconds, 5. Inside.
Oh, that's a strong move.
Great low post play
That
from
is
Josh
not what
Taggart.
the Bears needed.
No.
Not what they needed, not what they wanted. And John, about 2.5 minutes ago, you were talking about cutting into the 7-point lead, and Perk Valley goes into the locker room up 10.
And smart play there. I know it was not the offensive rebound. That's just hustle and PV kind of just being in the right spots, and Boyertown not able to move them out of those spots. But smart smart play with Sadler off the floor. He must be in foul trouble. We don't keep track of fouls, but he must be in foul trouble. But smart play to put Taggart on that block and kind of isolate him against the Boyertown bigs down there because they really haven't had an answer for him at all.
You know, one thing that I liked that PV did, I mean, there was 50 seconds left, and we all said that they were going to wait for the last shot. But they stayed aggressive. They stuck to their game plan. I mean, that's what they've been doing all day. Penetrated the middle of the zone, dumped it off to the block, and got a foul out of it. And, I mean, that's big. And instead of just holding at the half court for 50 seconds and throwing up a prayer at the end of the half, I mean, they got points out of it, and that was huge for them.
So looking at halftime here, again, Perk Valley goes in 32-22. Trey Kern with 10 for Boyertown. And Julian Sadler pacing all scores with 13. Once again, if you've been living under a rock listening to our broadcast, he scored his 1,000th point very early on in this game, so congratulations to Julian Sadler. John, we got about 8 minutes and 45 seconds here to the second half starts. What was for dinner tonight?
Tonight, Abby, my wife, made her famous loaded baked potato soup this weekend.
Ooh.
I mean, we're talking pounds of bacon, cheese, sour cream, potato. I think I might have peeled 1.5 potatoes, so I feel pretty happy about my contribution to the soup.
1.5 potatoes or 1.5 pounds of potatoes?
No, just 1.5 potato, Jim.
Oh God.
I think
It's not much, but it's honest work.
I think I did it wrong. I did it wrong, and she said, "That's it, you're out of here." So
I think
said,
you
"Okay."
purposely did it wrong.
Yeah, that's a good cop out.
It's bold strategy. Paid off for you.
So we had to eat quickly tonight, so we ordered Chinese.
Mhm.
From where?
Panda Garden, right?
No,
Always.
the
one
China
on,
House.
Valley.
Oh.
The Blue House
I've
in
had
Valley.
bad experiences. I waited an
Quick.
hour and a half in the waiting room there. Phone was dead.
Brutal.
Never went back. I'm Panda Guard until I die.
Brutal.
We've had the exact opposite of experiences there. Panda Garden's a go-to sushi. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But the little blue China House does us very well. We had a
For us,
wide
it's just
variety of
convenient.
things.
What's your order?
Tonight I got Kung Pao shrimp.
Mm.
Danielle got vegetable my fun. Kate got sweet and sour chicken. Jimmy got chicken and broccoli. We got some crab ragoons.
Ordering Chinese with a large family is got to be one of the best.
Oh, it's
dinner-
awesome.
dinner
Oh,
menus. You
100%.
just pick some of this, pick some of that.
Yep.
2 years ago, my family got it on Christmas Eve. It was,
Good.
it was awesome. Not a fancy dinner. I mean, in the comfort of your own house. And if you listen, I put together this playlist.
Did you really?
So let me know what you think.
When was it? When you were back in the interning, or is this?
No, it
recently?
was last week.
Oh, really?
Rico wanted me to make his job better or easier.
Of course.
He said he wanted something I could just play through. I said, hit the radio button.
So do we find it difficult to make playlists for high school teams? Do they have the clean versions of songs?
Yeah,
out
they
there?
have the Neptune software on the iPad
Yeah,
down there,
yeah.
and they have so many songs that are all played through. They're clean.
Yep.
I just don't know why they run out to the same thing every year. There's thousands of songs on there.
I don't understand it.
But one of my favorite things to do when I interned was the softball season was coming, and the girls wanted walk-up songs. So they had an opportunity to submit their song, and I was tasked with assigning it to them, so whoever was playing it at the games would just tap their name and the song would play. If the song wasn't on the software or they didn't put one, I got to choose what song it was, and I had a ball
Yep.
doing it.
Yep.
It was the funniest thing ever.
Yep.
It was a softball.
I had a good experience.
Thunderstruck.
With that as well. Yep. I had a good experience with that when I announced softball last year, and Mr. Palladino said if they don't have a song submitted, you put whatever you want. So I did Baby Shark.
It's
I just did
so
stuff
funny.
like that for them, and the one softball player came to me after the game. She was like, "Why are you playing Baby Shark? Like, I submitted my song." And I said, "Evidently not, because there is no song." For
Last
you."
year during the holiday tournament, I was in charge of the music, and Boyertown wasn't playing. It was one of the earlier games, and this team was down by like 50, and I was playing Thunderstruck as loud as physically possible in the gym. And I was over there just laughing to myself. No one else thought it was funny,
Yeah.
but I thought it was the funniest thing ever because no one could do anything about it.
Inside the mind of Jerry Cap
Yeah.
here at halftime.
I was hoping you'd say like, "Oh yeah, I just put on Don't Stop Believin', down 50," or something like that. Like
John,
all I do is
Centuries by
win.
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
John, can you educate us on the philosophies of Coach Todd Moyer on said topic of walk-up music?
Yeah, it's a hard
About this.
it's a hard no.
Yeah.
It's a never ever gonna happen. It's a not a discussion. It's a let's move on and start practice.
Probably a few choice words in there as well.
All right. Yeah.
What would happen if someone played a walk-up song and the kid didn't know about it during the game?
Would Coach Moyer stop the game on the spot?
I think he would.
Well, here's the thing.
I think he would.
In the booth, unlike the basketball booth, which is an absolute circus here, apparently, the baseball booth is
Prim and
run
proper.
by it's run by a lot of folks who know what they're doing, who've been around for a while, and they would never let that happen.
John, are you implying that we don't know what we're doing?
I flicked the switch and you
That's
did
their
not.
That's their chapel.
We're talking about Chinese food and Thunderstruck. I'm not implying. I am saying that we have no idea what we're doing. Yes,
All I know is the soundboard is on.
that is true. Good job. Yes, that's true.
The soundboard is on, and the huddle video experience is playing.
We've got 3:20 to go before the start of the second half. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here on the NFHS Network. We are back with about 46 seconds left before tip. Perk Valley, who ended the game going into the locker room with a very easy two-point basket from Joshua Taggart on the low block, is going to get an opportunity to extend their 10-point lead as they have possession to start the game. We talked a lot about different strategies, zones, low block, offensive, defensive rebounds. John, if you could do your best Biff Tannen, which is to go back in the future.
Oh, I get it.
You got it?
I get
You know
it.
how he went back and gave the book to himself to
Yes.
do better?
Yes.
So John Kaleda is Biff Tannen. What are you doing to go back to this game that you want to see improve to do better to get us to where we are now?
The Bears need anytime that there is that run-out situation where they have a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2, honestly, they need to stop trying to force it. They need to bring it back. They need to get into that flex set that's got them some points here. They need to make that basket and then make like a tree and get at it.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Boyertown already some pressure defense with a trap right in front of the bench. We'll see if this can convert to something. Defensive rotations able to survive. Perk Valley able to get through it. Getting a count. A lot of pressure from Boyertown defensively here to start the quarter.
Wow.
And they're able to convert. That's Kyle Shawalik adding 2. 12-point lead now for the Vikings. Oh, and that's exactly an unforced turnover. That's one thing Boyertown has not done today that they can't afford to do either.
Wow.
And there's a quick 2 more. Ryan Murphy adds it to the... All of a sudden, it's a 14-point lead for the Vikings, and they're out in their man-to-man. Nice inside to BJ. Tries to dip.
Oh, Jelly!
Under and one.
Jelly.
Jelly. We're having fun. This is fun.
This is fun.
That's a
2 points at a time.
highlight reel
Well
shot
done,
there for
BJ.
Braden
Bucket and a
Johnson.
stop. Bucket and a stop.
Well done, BJ.
Another missed free throw.
Yeah. Gotta make the free throws.
You send that to me?
Taggart with another baseline J for Perkiomen Valley. 38-24.
14-point lead, if our math is correct. Inside to Rath. Good.
Put it up.
Great recovery there from Taggart, doing it on both ends of the court.
Can't leave that man open.
Sadler on the low block. Good
Block.
defense.
Oh.
No.
I say this all the time. You know, referees have a tough job. They can't see everything, and sometimes you just reward players who are on the team that are doing things correctly. And PV has been solid. They are, you know, not making careless turnovers. They're in the right spot. I think that was definitely a, you know what? They have been solid underneath. We're going to give them this call, and they deserve it the way they're playing. Boyertown needs to make sure that they are just kind of chipping away, fighting back. They're down by 15 now. If they can get this thing to 10 by the end of the third quarter, they showed last week that they can come back. They just got to chip away.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the team that shows up to score 25 in a quarter.
16-point lead now for the Vikings. Ryan Murphy able to add 2 free throws.
Boyertown just got to stop the bleeding here. Figure something out, get a bucket, get to the free throw line. Just slow everything down, play at their pace.
Oh, high arcing 3-pointer from Braden Johnson. That's no good.
There's a team that
Baseline
wants to run.
drive.
Nobody
Jacob
to home.
Markin. And a timeout from Coach Travis Miller. Absolutely not liking what he is seeing.
Down 18. Yikes.
Almost down 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to recognize Boyertown's very own specialist Jimmy Towers, who's home from Airborne School. We'd like to thank him for his service to our country and his future service to our country. And we'd like to thank anybody in the audience now for serving our country. If you did, thank you very much for your service, and God bless America.
He's blushing.
Oh my! I do not like that.
I was just following orders, Jimmy. I'm
Well,
sorry.
considering what wanted to be done, Jimmy, I think this was probably the easiest route to go. So
Dude, they were going to land a helicopter in the gym.
I would have jumped out.
Big thank you to Kate to get me what your title was too. Thank you.
Maybe that's why Mr. Palladino asked for my title before the game. Or my rank, I should say, not really my title.
Did you give it to him?
I said, yeah.
Oh.
You should have said Boyertown Athletic Director.
I should have said substitute of the month of December.
So, Jimmy, what was your favorite memory that you're going to remember for the rest of your life? Like one thing that stuck
Favorite
out.
memory?
Like one thing that stuck out that either you felt better because you did it or it was fun. I mean, just some of the stuff you told me, I feel like I
mean,
love jumping out of airplanes, but
you know many of my memories.
yeah.
Knowing,
what was one that
knowing you for 20 years?
I think he means military related.
Oh, military related?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant overall. In life, I was like, wow, that's just.
Was it when you beat me at indoor mini golf on my own birthday party? Unwritten rule, you're supposed to let the
not
birthday
so
boy
close.
win.
Yes. Favorite military memory so far? Yeah, I mean, probably jumping out of planes.
Yeah, that's so awesome, dude.
It's got.
That's one thing I want to do.
It's got to be.
John, you ever going to jump out of a plane?
That's the Todd Moyer hard no.
Hard no.
Whoa.
Well, we're getting.
I didn't think there was clear
So
possession.
we had the near referees calling slapping hands, which I assume means contact with the ball, and the Perk Valley coach calling timeout. So, John, we're going to go back in that time machine.
Well, it's the time machine.
Time machine's broken.
Yeah, the whole thing. The only time machine that we have to worry about now is the one that's going to put the Bears in the future down 4 or 5 with a few minutes left in the fourth. And the way they got to get there, unfortunately, is they just got to start throwing the kitchen sink at PB. And this has the chance to go a completely different direction and get ugly. But looking at the situation now, 5 minutes left in the third, you're down 18. The pressure needs to get up a little bit. Johnson needs to be on Sadler right there. If you can deny him the ball, that'd be great. But rebounding, there's no second chance opportunities now. If you can get a couple of steals, great. If they make a 2, you got to make a 3, and that's the attitude they got to have now for the rest of the third quarter into the fourth.
They also got to look behind because it looks like Taggart was there.
Still there.
All alone on the baseline. He was down on the low block. Luckily, he came out a little bit. That goes off the side of the backboard. Boyertown's going to get their possession. Nick Ellis checking into the game for the Bears.
Yeah, one thing PV's doing well is they're seeing the low block. They get it in the middle and they immediately turn. And Boyertown can use that to their advantage because they're kind of unconsciously throwing that pass. If somebody one time can just step in there, they're going to hesitate. And, I mean, you guys can, or they can collapse on it and maybe get some cookies.
Some cookies.
Not a lot of cookies this game yet.
Get in.
That's a 3-point. That is just short.
Boyertown needs
for
something
Trey
to
Kern.
fall.
They only have 2 points this quarter. We were talking about them potentially coming out and giving 25 in a quarter. I'd settle for 10 at this point in time with 4 minutes to go, halfway through the third. And there's an easy
There you
drive. Great defense
Push
there
it
from
up.
Kern.
See, this is where I'd like to
Gotta
see
go,
them push.
gotta go. I agree, Jer. Oh, good pass.
Ryan Thompson inside to
pass
Kern.
again.
Kick
To the
out
corner.
Reeves. Corner 3. That's long. Now we got 2-on-1 a little bit here.
Really hope this is a case of if 1-3 drops, then the floodgates open.
Cooper Rath checking back into the game for Boyertown. 3:44 to go. John, I was talking about it earlier, and I forget what happened that I was able to mishap on it. But why am missing girls?
Wow.
As Julian Sadler puts in 2 more. Why Missing Girls had their starting lineup on the foul line for the national anthem, and the rest of the team off to the right.
That's interesting.
It's
huh?
I know that's an important topic that we often discuss. Long 3-pointer from Ellis is no good. Perk Valley's going the other way.
We were told after the game that Missing's entire starting lineup is going Division I for
Yes.
various different sports.
Wow.
So they're just athletic girls.
It was a very, very interesting game and very athletic team. Wyomissing
Yeah,
has
talk
a lot
about
of
a
fun
team
to
that was
watch.
seeing the floor well.
Lead up to 22 for the Vikings.
Good
D.
steal.
Johnson's going to try to run. That's going to go out of bounds. Boyertown will keep possession.
Yeah, this is the tough situation here early in the year because right now the only way to get back in this game is to be a little, to not obey the rules that you've been taught so far, this season, and you're going to allow people to get by you. You're going to, three from Thompson. You're going to allow people to get by. You're going to try for steals from the backside. These are when bad habits could develop, but a steal like they just had there in a three-pointer, that's the only way to get back in this game. So you got to unfortunately keep throwing that kind of defense at PV and hope they take some ill-advised shots and you make them.
And I'm going to, for the first time this year, as Boyertown is down 19, for the first time this year, bring up the Boyertown girls basketball team from back in 2010, I believe, when they were down by 26 to Springford at Perk Valley, down 26th in the fourth quarter. And that team of some names that we've already mentioned this year, Jess Schlesman and Kelly Furman and the young Caitlin Eisenhardt. Brooke Mullen. It was so those are the types of things that I look at and tell myself that you're never out of it. Boyertown's down 19 with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Got to do everything you said, John, but they're never out of it. There's a quick trap right in front of the Viking bench. They're going to get a count, possible steal. And that three is no good, and there's a defensive rebound for Boyertown. Step in the right direction. Johnson's three, nails it.
That's two.
He shot that with confidence.
Back-to-back three-pointers for the Bears.
How about it, Jer? Floodgates opening? Slowly?
Man, I hope so.
We're going to call a foul on the floor. Braden Johnson had a little bit too much of Sadler's jersey. A couple more Viking subs into the game. Correction, just make that one. Taggart. Don't know what that long delay was for. Great D from Trey Kern had a piece of body. And that's going to send Anthony Rodriguez to the line to shoot two. Perk Valley certainly doing it from the line tonight. Hey!
Good old announcer's jinx.
Well, Jimmy, this is where that 1-and-1 have been helpful,
Exactly.
Or was it a shooting foul?
That was a shooting foul.
Right.
Good analogy, though, John. We'll take it.
Right.
You missed them both.
Rebound.
Good position from Trey Kern for that rebound. Down 16. They've cut into this. Here's another. Ooh, good deal.
That looked like a wall.
Now it's a kick out.
Bang.
And there it is.
Let's go.
There is a tiny little crack in those floodgates. Cooper Rath hits the third three in a row for Boyertown. Oh, and there's the defensive end.
Block from Rath.
Down 13. Braden
DJ
Johnson for
from
three.
Well, the crowd's back into it.
From deep.
All of a sudden, it's
That's
a
what they needed.
10-point game.
Needed the crowd, too. Absolutely.
Foul.
Johnson a little bit too much on Sadler.
This guy said that you guys were being a little bit too loud.
You think he pulls it again?
Yeah, I hope
He's gonna
does.
pull it
I
again.
hope he definitely is.
He's definitely going to pull it again.
Kick out.
Oh, he's
Oh, he's 100%. He said, "Give me a screen." Yep.
Yep.
There it is.
Knew it.
Bang. Oh, I thought it was in.
That was a heat check.
That was a heat check.
are we
Offense.
gonna get-
There it is.
John, we have our first Eddie Higgins of the year.
First charge of the year. Three weeks into the season. Wow.
At a very, very opportune time, the
Yes.
Eddie Higgins Memorial offensive foul.
That used to be a Wawa gift card.
That used to be a Wawa gift card, or you would get the big WWE belt after the game
Yeah.
or something like that.
Or
And I
you would get a burger named after you at the grind.
Yeah, correct.
Or wherever he worked. I don't know if it was the grind.
Izzy's.
Izzy's,
Izzy's.
that's right. Izzy's, I'm sorry. Two fine institutions of food.
There it is.
Nice inside look. Oh, go up.
Oh, great. I was going to say.
On
Great
the
fake,
floor.
though.
Gets him off of his feet. That's going to be under the basket. Brant Rath.
Did they call that on the ground, on the floor?
Yeah, because he had
Oh,
initially
okay.
done his shot
Okay,
fake, and the
okay.
guy jumped.
I thought it looked
He
like
went
he
up a
went
little
back
quicker.
Up. Okay, yeah.
Say it, John. Oh. Not what
3
we were
on 1.
hoping for.
No.
That's
Yeah.
going to be a foul. That's not a bad foul.
No, any time PV gets anywhere close to the basket, the Bears just need to. I mean, there is no risk of we're in the bonus now, the double bonus. You're in the double bonus. Just make them earn it from the line. Hope they miss one here and there, and you got to keep making those 3-pointers.
And there's another miss. John, your jinx is on point tonight. Boyertown only had 2 points for the longest time in this quarter. With the help of 4 3-pointers, they put up 14. To Perk Valley 16. And Harkin makes the second of 2.
Hit a 3 here, go down by 10.
And that would put you exactly where you were coming out of halftime.
Good
Nice
pass.
look.
Jump ball.
Get a
Boyertown.
jump ball,
That's a
Boyertown
really
possession.
cool.
4 seconds to go underneath the basket.
Where are we drawing up, Jer?
I like
43.
foul line, but hit one of the cutters.
Gotta hit it. Gotta shoot.
Braden Johnson.
Wow.
No good. So based on where we were as a fan comes out from the student section to help up Braden Johnson. John, from where we were at the start of the third quarter down 10 to where we were in the middle of the third quarter to where we are now. Take us down that path.
I mean, weirdly, down 13 now, but weirdly with a little bit of momentum. Like if that makes sense, and the way that the Bears played for the last 2.5 minutes is the reason why. So it's giving you a glimmer of hope, but PV is just so adept at just getting in the middle of the floor, whether the Bears are in that trapping zone, just that zone, in that half-court look, whether it's Sadler, whether it's somebody else just kind of being there and then getting it to Taggart down low. And the Bears are getting beat off that dribble, and it's just breaking down that zone. So if the Bears are going to, again, try to get back into this, then cut it to single digits. If they want to stay in that zone, that's fine, but it's got to be an active zone. They got to be trapping. They got to be going after these PV ball handlers. And if you give up a layup or two, okay, because you got to make sure that you're going down the other end and capitalizing on your own opportunities, making 3-pointers and executing your own offense.
So quick jump ball at the end of the third quarter gives Perk Valley the ball to start the fourth quarter. And what we do not want to see is what started the third quarter. We want to make sure that we get a stop here. Very important for Boyertown to get a stop and go back the other way.
Jer, if you could have any food named after you, like a food named after you, what would it be? Like the Cap, like that's, or the Jerry. Like
That's
what
a tough
food
one.
says that?
I'm trying to think what my favorite food is.
3-pointer right in front of the bench. That's no good.
Box him out.
And we get a rebound. Great way to start the quarter for Boyertown. Let's see if they can convert. We'll make it even better.
Right
Nice
there.
look inside
And
to
one.
Rath.
And one.
You're going to get called on the arm. Are they going to call that while he was shooting or on the rebound? Looks like they're lining up.
I know a lot about you, but I want to know, I think for me,
Like a sandwich or like my
anything.
favorite
it could be
food?
It could be any food you want. That could be like Eddie Higgins has a burger named after him. I think I would want a breakfast sandwich.
Well,
At Jimmy.
yeah. What would be on it?
I love it. I think I want a breakfast sandwich.
Jimmy's down. Little Seinfeld reference.
Jimmy. Yeah, that's right. Jimmy
Great.
shoots. Jimmy scores.
Great save by Perk Valley. Rath
Jimmy.
trying to
Do the Jimmy.
take the best save of theirs as well.
Well, my favorite food probably is shrimp tacos.
There you go.
I just think they're so good.
Cap tacos.
Oh.
John is the only one here at this
Oh.
table who actually has a sandwich that they have named.
It's a life-changing experience, Jim.
That's fine.
So the aggressiveness from Boyertown now, John, this is what you were talking about. This is what
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is what you meant by the rule book is out the window?
Yeah, and you just need to go. You need to go pedal to the metal here. No worries about your responsibilities, unfortunately, for the defensive coach there for the Bears. But you are right now bodying up. If it's a foul, you're going to the line. That's fine. And right now, every time you get this opportunity, it's got to be something. A point on a foul shot, a 2, whatever. It's got to be a high percentage shot.
They can go down single digits here on this possession.
Looks like they're definitely looking for some of these back cuts. Or
Yeah.
three-pointer from the drive
Didn't know
line
if I
for
liked
Braden
that.
Johnson. Little too early for that, Mr. Kalita?
Yeah, I mean it's you're 6 minutes, 7 minutes left here in the fourth. You were running that set. I think that was a good decision of Rath not to throw that pass underneath, but give a couple of ball reversals, get a 2-point look here after that turnover.
Long three-pointer
Offensive
rebound
rebound.
offensively.
Ooh,
How did he end up
Turnovers.
with that ball? And Sadler's going to go to the line.
I know it's tough to you can't coach this. You can't. It's so difficult to get 5 guys in the same page. But after a turnover or an offensive rebound, you want a high percentage shot. Run a couple of ball reversals. Get
What
something
was
where. Yeah, I think he just kind of
What
got
was
juked there a little bit. But get a high percentage shot. Fire up a 3-pointer after they make something. Like get some momentum because you get a bucket after they turn it over. Shoot up the long ones after they make a bucket. I know it's tough to put that into motion, but that's kind of what you want to do. You just want to keep momentum somehow.
I'd like to see Boyertown draw some more fouls too, get that 5 so they can stop the clock and get some free points as well.
Corner 3 was not there. Perk Valley sniffed out the screener play. There's a three-pointer. I believe that was Thompson.
Oh, that was Brant Raff.
Brent Raff.
Cookies.
Still a 12-point lead. Been hovering around this 12-10. Boyertown can't seem to crack this nut of 10 to 12 points.
Jerry had mentioned rotations earlier, and if you're going to try and go for ball steals here, your back rotation has got to be on point. So we're going to see if the Bears can, go for some steals up top, but then have the guys down low rotate and take away any easy shots.
You got to force the ball carrier into a
Hands,
panic.
BJ.
If you can get the ball carrier to panic at the top of the key, he's going to make an ill-advised pass, and you just got to be there for it.
Very good read.
And there's the defensive Boyertown needs to prevent
So
those
so
points.
on my theory, it's a high percentage shot here.
It
Hey,
is.
there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Keep doing
Back
that.
down to 10.
Keep doing that.
Ryan Thompson adds 2 more. We are back down to 10.
Bucket and a stop.
Johnson on Sadler. Sadler having his way, gets inside.
I don't know about a fan really didn't like that.
Jimmy, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Shepherd's pie. Second favorite, schnitzel. Third favorite, Hungarian goulash.
0 for 3 on my list. I don't even think they're in the top 100 of me.
I just have a set playlist that I know by heart, and that's it. It is what it is.
Me and my girlfriend's family goes down to Rehoboth every year, and there's this restaurant. It's new. It's called Tiki Jack's.
Ooh.
They have
like the
smash tacos, smash burger tacos.
Ooh.
Dude, I was there for 3 days and I ate them 4 times.
Oh, that's.
They were unbelievable. They
that
had
sounds really
they had
good.
some secret sauce on them that you get on the side for a little dip too. Some
Yeah.
fried onions. Oh my gosh, dude.
Being somewhere for 3 days and eating at the same place
4
4
times.
are like my kind of numbers.
It was unbelievable. I couldn't get enough. It was a downpour one night, and I was like, I'm going. And
great,
backdoor
great
cut.
backdoor cut.
Ah, get there.
Oh,
Good hustle.
gone.
Kick it out.
Offensive
Kick it out.
rebound
Kick it
from
out.
Raff.
All right. High percentage. High percentage. High
yeah,
percentage.
we don't need a 3 right now. Brent Raff for 3?
Oh,
That's right.
good board, Ryan.
rebound.
Beautiful pass
Done,
to
Thompson.
Ryan
Timeout.
Thompson.
Timeout. Well done.
Quick timeout for Coach Miller. 10-point lead. John, you've been there. What is the message in this timeout from Coach Miller?
I would bet that he's trying to set up some sort of a press here, some sort of a trap situation, and really I would love if they have it. And again, this is early in the season. We haven't hit that Christmas break yet when you have that time to kind of put some new things in. But if they have any sort of defense where you can just run at Sadler and get the ball out of his hands, you'll take your chances 4-on-3 with the other guys, and it's not like Taggart hasn't hurt him, but Sadler is breaking down the Bears defense. He's getting where he wants. He's making passes, making shots. So if they can get the ball out of Sadler's hands, trap him immediately, and then 4-on-3 again, hope that PV does something ill-advised down there. That's the only way the Bears are going to win this game. So the message right now is here's where we're trapping. Here's what we're looking to do. This is the guy we obviously have to stop, and then fellas, shoot him up and make him.
So that's coming out of the timeout. Just a quick reminder, Thursday night, join us here. We'll have the boys game again against Upper Marion. And also on Thursday, freshman boys basketball will take on Springford. And, John, you were right. Here's the press. Almost like you were a coach for a while.
You have time and situation, and you just hit a big 2-pointer there on a nice rebound from Ryan Thompson. The only reason you're calling a timeout there is because you're trying to set something up for these last 4 minutes, something that you haven't done before in the game. Because you're as a player, you've gone now 85% of this game without running one of your defensive sets. It's tough as a high school player to kind of make that switch and get into that mindset. So it's a good move by Coach Miller to say, listen, we're going to talk about this. We're going to figure it out. Everybody know their responsibilities. All right, great, go win it.
Plenty of time too. Only down by 10. 4:30 left. PV's got 2 fouls. Maybe draw a couple more.
Yeah, you're not at complete miracle
No.
time yet.
Definitely not a paranoid.
You're maybe you get to 2 minutes down by 12 and you're talking. You need a miracle.
Good press.
You can still do this now.
That, he's put on a score line. He's put 1,000 points. That was a great play
Yeah.
from Julian Sadler there to break that press from the corner. And there he is, all alone for the weak
Good
side
block.
rebound. No good. Great defense from Boyertown.
Great block.
Didn't think we'd be talking about a missed layup from Julian Sadler, but we are. And Boyertown's going to have an opportunity to cut into the single digits here.
Yeah, got to capitalize on Sadler's mistake. He's the only guy I see that really cuts through Boyertown's defense.
John, dare I say the fans are starting to stand up.
Ooh.
Johnson quickly met.
Corner.
I
Corner.
think he
Corner.
was
Corner.
looking for
Corner.
that
Corner.
Boom, there it is.
Thompson
Bang.
nails the 3.
Let's
Ryan
go.
Thompson. It's a 7-point lead now for Perk Valley. They're trapping
There
in
it
the
is.
corner.
There it is.
Oh, almost, please.
Oh, they're on it.
See, I would like to see that the few seconds here knocked out of bounds. I'd like to see the 10-second clock actually be a 6-second clock now for them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No reset.
Yeah, that yeah.
Boyertown's pressure. They're able to break it.
Can't leave him open.
And that's
they-
going to go out of
no,
bounds.
no.
No, Sadler able to save it. Park Valley a
Little
little hectic
panicky.
here. They're going to have to reset, which
Little
they do.
panicky. Get the rebound. Get it, BJ.
Elliott Sadler driving.
Yep.
He's going to get fouled and go to the line.
Yeah, that was
Julian Sadler, excuse me.
that shot there. I think it was taken by Harkin. a running, knee up in the air runner from the, from 9 feet.
We call that the Bob Cousy.
The Bob Cousy?
Yeah.
Cousy can take it. Up by 7 with 3 minutes left. You probably want to get that out, and run some clock and take a layup if you got it. That was what Boyertown needed. They needed that rebound there, and man, that ball is just not falling into their arms tonight when they need it off of a defensive rebound.
2 shots for Julian Sadler. Makes the first.
Down 8 now.
He is perfect from the line so far tonight, is Sadler. See if our jinx is 3 for 3. And it is not. Breaks it.
Hard to jinx good players like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going anywhere in college to play ball? We know.
I do not.
Oh,
Nice
great
pass.
play. Oh.
Better defense from Joshua Taggart.
Oh.
All right.
And there's the emotion from BJ. I like it, though. Maybe the wrong guy to foul.
And that's going to send them to the line for 2.
This would be their 5th,
Or
I
was that
believe.
there?
Maybe not. Yeah, I was going to say it has to be the 5th. Wrong guy to foul. Especially under 3 minutes.
Is he arguing that call?
I'm sure he is.
Looked like football out there.
He really pulled him back.
That would have got him 15 in the league.
Yeah, for sure. Personal foul, defense number 1. Still only 10.
Julian Sadler going for his 7th made free throw of this quarter alone. Try to jinx him twice and can't do
That's
it.
probably helped him along the 1,000-point journey.
So all of a sudden that lead is now 11 again. 2:40. Johnson's shot no good. We're getting close to that time, John. Close to that time of what you call miracle time.
And the miracle is going to need at least 3 or 4 PB turnovers and or misses, and at least 3 or 4 3-pointers. So not out of the wrong possibility, but after that layup there by Sadler, it becomes a whole lot less. That check mark is pretty close to being up in green for PB.
I mean, you look at the Bears this quarter, they've missed 3 or 4 layups when they were right at the rim. I mean, 8 points there, that's huge in this game. Definitely baskets they wish they have back, shots they wish they had back got up sooner, but I mean, hindsight's 20/20, so it's just something to learn from.
It's also nice for PV if they ever in a panic situation, just give the ball to Sadler.
Yeah, it's a nice fail-safe to have.
Yeah.
We're going to call a foul here against
All right.
Trey Kern.
That's 4. Oh, on Trey Kern?
No foul again.
Oh,
well,
again, on Trey Kern. I see what you're saying. Correct.
they
That is
fouled
correct.
Trey Kern.
That is the right terminology. One more. Go to the line.
Exactly 2 minutes left. Boyertown down 13. They're going to kick it back to the
boy.
back court.
Oh.
Oh, double foul?
There's a foul on the
Gonna
inbound.
go to the line.
Was that on PB?
No, they number
Sadler's
3.
visibly upset, so he's going to go to the line.
Not sure about that call. That'll put Trey Kern.
Boyertown's not going to complain that one. A lot of missed free throws as well for Boyertown tonight. That hasn't helped their cause.
This is exactly what they're going to need to come back here. This is basically 2 points with no time off the clock. That's always helpful. 11-point lead for the Vikings.
Now you can drive more, if I'm not wrong. Just trying to draw fouls. At least that's what I would do. That's out. That's Boyertown's
It's
ball.
Boyertown
there's
ball.
no foul. It's
Well
Boyertown.
done. Just like that, things are getting interesting.
That's Blaze Fry over there for Boyertown doing what he needs to do on the defensive side. Offensive, defensive substitution here.
So they're running wipe.
Ooh,
Johnson wanted that
do you
one.
think he was going to pull that
Yeah.
share?
40-footer.
Yeah, that's nothing.
You gotta have the
back corner, Jay. Wow.
You gotta have guts to pull a 40-footer.
Yeah.
I think Trey Kern had a little bit more of an opportunity to be able to do something with that. Poor Julian Sadler is on the floor more in this past 4 minutes of this game than he's probably been in a long time. But he's going to go back to the line. He's got 17 going into the fourth quarter. He may end up with 17 from the line alone this afternoon here in the fourth. And as I'm looking at my handy-dandy Avengers notebook, John, Julian Sadler is the only scorer for Perk Valley in this fourth quarter.
And as Jerry said, your great players, your good players, your best players on your team, you can't jinx them. They're the ones that get the ball. And Sadler here, he's done this for years. He's the one who PV is going to look to when the going gets tough, and made things very easy for the Vikings here.
Yeah.
Johnson chucks it. That's no good.
A little bit of desperation.
We're about at that time here, Mr.
No.
Kaleda, and that's going to go Perk Valley way.
Errant passes.
You know, looking ahead for the Bears, you know, they have that win over O&J last week, you know, so it's nice to look in that column and say, all right, we already got one. There's certainly some things that they can work on here, and I think number one might be, you know, limiting second chance opportunities for the other team. But there's still things that you're building on here if you're the Bears, and you know the nice third quarter comeback they had. It seems like they have the ability to play this trapping defense and get, you know, whirling dervishes like that right there to get the ball back. So something that they can certainly kind of build on if they watch the film.
And it's always so important as far as the pack matchups go. You know, in my experience in high school sports is in the pack is it's so important to get wins at home. Whenever you're playing, like this is your home court, no matter who you're playing. You got to try to get the win at home.
And it looks like this one.
And they're just going to dribble it out.
Going to let them dribble it out. Good on Perk Valley here. And as we look at the book here, we had the late two-pointer from Shawalik. 13 other points coming from Julian Sadler in the fourth quarter to add to his 17 from the first three. Puts up quite a night for the 1,000-point scorers, so congratulations to Julian Sadler. As the Vikings are able to get out of here, if my math is correct, that's 15 points on the board.
Correct.
15-point win here for the Vikings. John, you touched on it a little bit already, but give us a summary here. What's the topic of the post-game speech from Coach Miller?
Well, I think you look at the positives here, and like we just said, the comeback was a positive. The way that they ran their half-court set offense, I think, was a positive. But, you know, Jerry's been mentioning it now all night. I don't think it was a system thing that let the Bears down tonight. It was not taking care of defensive rebounding, not capitalizing on the few mistakes that PV made, and there were just some ill-timed turnovers for the Bears where, you know, hopefully as the year goes on, they mature a little bit, don't make those turnovers, and, you know, get themselves good shots instead.
So as we look on the side for Boyertown, they had 3 in double figures tonight. Braden Johnson led all Bears with 13. Trey Kern threw in 12. Ryan Thompson added 10. 7 from Brant Rath, 5 from Cooper Rath, and 2 from Jack Greaves. On the Perk Valley side, they put in a total of 64 tonight as a team. Josh Taggart with 7. Kyle Shawalik, I think I finally got that right, with 11. Ryan Murphy added 4. Patrick McDonald with 1. Anthony Rodriguez, 2. Jacob Harkins, 7. Carter McCabe, 2. And one final congratulations to number 13, senior Julian Sadler, puts in an early 1,000th point in the first quarter We were joking about jinxing him, hoping he didn't get it. He got it 4 times, well, almost 4 times over. He put in 30 tonight from Sadler.
Wow.
13 of which came in the fourth quarter. So congratulations to that young man on quite the victory. John, it was a lot up here tonight. It was like active. I felt like, I burned like 20, 30 calories just kind of turning my head and talking to different people.
Well, Jim, and I joked with you before this matchup. There's 0 seats. This booth is huge, and there are 0 seats available here. And you, as the play-by-play guy, were in charge of keeping us all in line. I don't know if you did that with Jimmy and Jerry a couple of times. You have me, very much, under your foot. I will never, step out of line or anything. We'll see about the young guys. But Jim, you involved us all. You made sure that we all had a platform to talk. So thank you, Jim.
Wow. I feel the Christmas spirit has hit Mr. Kalady here with that
kind words.
With that little soliloquy there. Very nicely done.
About to shed a tear.
Well, we'll be back here Thursday night for boys
Do
basketball.
we run it back on
They will
Thursday?
take on
No.
Upper Marion. We'll see you here
I'll
on the
be here.
NFHS Network and the Boyertown Athletics Network on YouTube. Have a great night, everybody.